friends, this is going to be another deck for you guys. I wanted to do something a little bit more along the lines of, again, enchantments, yellow, blue, but with Reconstruct. And see if I can't make something work with Reconstruct. So here is the deck for you. This is a blue and yellow Reconstruct deck. No name for it, so I'll let you do that yourself. All right, so let's cruise through this one again. I just want to prelude this as well. I know that a lot of times in the comments, people are like, oh, you should change this and you should change that, or people tell me you should change this and change that and this and that, and before long, completely different deck, and then it just becomes the same old nonsense that everybody has. This is not the purpose of my deck guides. I'm not here to get you to Mythic or Champions rank. I'm here to let you try some new stuff, and maybe you can work on this shell, this sort of framework, and make something better out of it. Again, I put in maybe about a couple hours of work into every deck with, you know, playing a handful of games with them to see if they're sort of fitted and tuned, and then you can kind of go nuts with them later. Do with it what you want, but I mean, if you want to comment in the comment field of this video telling me that this card sucks and play this, and before long, after 15 changes to the deck, it just becomes a standard meta deck, then save your breath, because I know that this deck is not tier 1. So here's the list. I've got we've got 2 Cairnhenge, 2 Singing Stones, 2 Speedways. I've got Bragi and Junkyard Valhalla, 2 times Stairway. I've got Magnus, 3 Maze of Yatiku. I have double Baymeni Falls, 3 times Venom Fangs. I have 2 Yahuis, 2 Miso Libres, 3 Serpent Dens. We're going with double Goliath's Web, double Olama Ring, 2 times Misanthropia. Then we go Zolea, 2 times God's Vein Transport, Big Boy Sapo, and 4 Bulwarks. Okay, so how does the deck work? Well, the basic strategy of the deck surrounds the fact that if you notice, there's not a lot of big boys in this deck. The whole point is you want to be getting value over time with the cards that you have and generating value on your enchantments with Reconstruct down the line. So if you notice, there's a lot of early game stuff like Maze, Venom Fangs, Yahuis, Miso Libre, Serpent Dens. These are all there to sort of mitigate that early game push, and then eventually get more value off of the generation, like free value more or less. Like the Serpent's Dens with Singing Stone and the Olama Rings will be nice. Every turn you're getting more. And not only that, but just generating free value off of cards. Stuff that's going to stick to the board perhaps, and then do some work later. Stuff like the Godsbade's Transports getting you extra units on the board, lots of tokens. Reconstruct is going to recycle your Boneyard into better cards or more cards. Slamming down a Reconstruct construct for as a 1/1 is not impressive, but if that is put onto an enchantment that has a Singing Stone and an Olama Ring working, suddenly you're in business and you're getting more value. This deck has won some decent games, but again, it loses if you're playing against you know, a reanimator that can sort of pop off real early on curve. But nonetheless, I mean, try it out, see how it works. Your objective here is to just mitigate those first 5 turns of pressure, so that when you do get going, you'll have maybe a Serpent's Den and some stuff still on the board. Your Bulwarks will get some survivability of your creatures, and then the trades just get a little bit nastier. And your Reconstruct late game means that you're always playing a creature on the board every turn, and if you put it properly and if you slam it down on the right enchantment, it becomes a very, very good creature. So that's kind of how this worked. If you wanted to sort of play a deck around surrounding Reconstruct, really the only effective way I figured Reconstruct can work is if you're getting it to be played onto a enchantment that really you know, exponentially increases its value with the artifacts and the enchantments, etc. So that's the deck. Hopefully you can sort of improve upon it. It's void of big boys other than Sapo, I guess, but you have to play Sapo. Who doesn't play Sapo? That's the name of it. Hopefully you can improve on it and go ahead and drop some comments, suggestions, whatever you want over there. But again, please keep in mind, this is not a tier 1 deck, and I know it's not meant to be. If you're already in Champions or you're pushing through Mithril and you want to make it to Champions rank, This is not going to get you there. This is just something a little bit different, away from the norm, that you can kind of work on and see if you can improve. Again, thank you so much. You can catch me on stream, twitch.tv/watchflake, or on Twitter @watchflake. Thank you so much. Talk to you soon. Adios.